We're just a few days away from the trade deadline. Should it be later in the season? We're going to talk about that and more today on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate y'all being here very, very much. This episode is brought to you by Mazda. Like our players, we sweat every detail because when you make every move count, pulling off the unexpected is only the beginning. Stay tuned later for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward. Mazda, move and be moved.
Joe Marino, happy Victory Monday to the Baltimore Ravens. Celebrating Victory Friday. Happy Friday to you and Takes on Takes Day to you with what is sure to be an exciting weekend in the football world, not just for the games being played on the gridiron.
Because
we have the trade deadline.
Yes, the trade deadline. The trade that is coming. And the first several takes that we have today are rooted in some trade discussion. So that feels like a good start.
Can I steal my own thunder here? I set us up with a great segue.
Yeah, go right ahead. Happy Halloween, by the way. Yeah.
So happy Halloween. I dressed up as a clown. I'm a Dolphins fan.
Geez.
I want to shout out the best, worst weekend in college football that ever was.
It's coming or it already happened?
No, it's happening this weekend. Because It was like a month and a half ago. This looked like it was going to be a legendary Saturday in college football. Penn State at Ohio State. Remember when Penn State was ranked in the top 3?
Not anymore.
They lost all those games and James Franklin got fired and Drew Aller got hurt and this, that, the other thing. And they lost one game to Oregon at home in overtime and absolutely had a nuclear meltdown. That was like 2 top 3 teams playing against each other. This was like the Drew Aller, one of the Drew Aller showcase game opportunities. You had Miami and SMU as 2 top 20 ranked teams. SMU obviously had that run in the college football playoff last year. SMU's unranked. Miami dropped an ugly game to Louisville at home. What else did we have? This was like I have plans all weekend, don't talk to me on Saturday type weekend. South Carolina, Ole Miss. South Carolina has really struggled. Georgia, Florida. Florida looked like they were going to be a thing this year, or people thought they would, and then they had typical Florida struggles, right? So you had the game in Jacksonville with Georgia and Florida. Georgia's holding up their end of the bargain, but Florida's absolutely had the wheels fall off that wagon. I feel like there's another game. I guess we still have Vanderbilt, Texas. It's like the big game of the weekend.
Listen, I am not dialed in at all on college football, but my hope is to see a Final Four of Indiana, Vanderbilt, Virginia, and Georgia Tech. That's what I'm here for.
Be fun, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm here for.
All right, I'll shut up now. We can get into the trade deadline takes.
Ross, I don't think it's Ross Jackson. No, it's not Ross Jackson. Hi, Ross, if you're listening. What's up, dude? The NFL trade deadline is 1 month too early. Too many teams are still in the playoff hunt, and good teams would be more desperate to make a move later in the season.
I'd be inclined to agree with this. I think that what's the holdup here? Is it amount of time spent on new team and like implications in that regard? What, like, why would NFL teams maybe push back on the idea of moving it back an extra month?
I think it's difficult to come up with the right parameters for a trade for a player that might be on your team for like 6 or 7 games. It's going to be 8 or 9 probably based on the deals that are going to get done. And it's not like we're playing baseball here, like go play second base, plays at first, You know what I mean? Like these are complex systems that require timing and onboarding players. I mean, it's hard for guys to come in and make an immediate impact. I think that makes things more complicated, to be honest with you. And I think it's hard for teams to admit that, well, we got to do it. We got to sell assets, right? That's not what any owner wants to say in the middle of a season.
Right.
So I guess pushing it back later probably helps, but I think it just delays trades.
Right. You probably stretch it out and it just doesn't happen for longer, right?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Thank you. That's what I was trying to get at. It just doesn't happen for longer. And then it's harder for the teams that acquire these players to get meaningful impact out of them because it's later.
So so the moving the trade line back is better for fans, and it's better for, but you could make the argument it's not better for the players because they have less time to acclimate for a potential playoff run.
Yeah,
and you may be so far into it that teams that feel like they can contend now may fall back out of it and then decide they don't want to trade.
Yeah, there's another side of it. It's a good point.
So they moved it back a week, right?
Yeah. It feels like a decent spot for me. Yeah, I think I'm content here too.
I'm content as long as teams are actually going to trade some players over the next 5 minutes.
I think it's going to happen. And here's a nice segue. August says at least 5 players will be traded away by the Dolphins, Titans, and Saints between now and Tuesday's trade deadline. 5. Can we get to 5? We'll call our shot here. Can we name 5 players that we think for sure will be traded?
Shaheed.
I think he's going.
Tony Pollard.
I'm not.
That's my pick for if the Patriots make a.
You think it's him?
There was a rumor that they were going to be a running back.
Great, yeah. Love players I like going to teams they don't. That's awesome. I think Bradley Chubb's getting traded.
My only apprehension is the contract situation. Like a team has to be willing to understand, like if he comes in and plays 60% of the snaps and he gets one more sack this season, you're signing up for another $2.5 million that you have to pay him.
I think they'll do it. I think Chubb's going. That's 2.
I think one of the Dolphins' edges is going.
Okay, that's fine. One of the Dolphins' edges, we have Shaheed.
Who else on the Titans? Could be anybody.
I think Zeitler's getting traded.
He should get traded, especially if a team like Baltimore, he's played there. There's a familiarity. Their guard play's been really disappointing for much of the season. It's a 1-year rental. They already moved on from Callahan, right? And that was like the whole selling point was Bill Callahan working with a veteran offensive line and a couple of young guys and develop them. And
Tampa's another team that I'd love to see in on a Zeitler trade.
I like that. Okay, so Zeitler.
Yep.
Dolphins edge.
Shaheed. Xavier Woods.
Does a running back off of one of those teams get traded? It could be like Jalen Wright, who the Dolphins refuse to dress and play.
I'd love to see that
player. It could be Tony Pollard. It could be Alvin Kamara. It's probably a player the Saints should get serious about trading.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they say or how they feel about a career Saints player. Like, good business would be that there'd probably be a player if you could have a market you could move on from.
Demario Davis, Nathan Shepard.
I'll take the under on those 5.
Yeah, the more we work through it, I think it's probably going to be under.
It's under 5 for those. Can I give you my take? Steal one in here? Because I said I had a good one at the end of yesterday's show. It's related to one of the teams we're talking about and the trade deadline.
Okay, here it is.
I'm not going to steal my own thunder twice here. The Miami Dolphins should be shopping Zach Wilson to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, of course. If you can get anything for him, right? Because he's not the 2, right? Didn't they say the other guys?
They dabbled with Ewers as the 2, and then they put Zach back as the 2 against Atlanta. And Mike said it's staying that way. But
you can flip him for something. You should.
Minnesota's quarterback room is now McCarthy. Wentz is out for the year. It's Max Brosmer as a UDFA from Minnesota, and I like Max Brosmer. And then they just picked up John Wolford on the practice squad, is now the 3rd quarterback in Minnesota. So Zach Wilson signed a 1-year, $6 million contract, but 3.75 of it went as a signing bonus. So you're talking about like $1 million for Zach Wilson in season to trade as a veteran player with some similar traits, but has some starting experience. Minnesota did it last year with Daniel Jones. It was just they brought him into the practice squad. Miami, if Tua gets hurt at this point at 2-7, Ewers has a better job of saving anybody's job by coming in and just playing absolutely balls out anyway than what Zach Wilson does.
Yeah.
Do the deal.
I'm with you.
Do it. Do the pick swap thing.
All right. Somebody is wanting to predict some Drake Maye regression. We'll talk about that here next, folks. Be sure to stick with us. This episode is brought to you by Mazda's moving the game forward for those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it. There are moments that do more than put points on the board. They move crowds, move culture, and keep moving the game forward. This week's moment that moved the game forward is Taj Washington's fumble early in the Dolphins' loss to the Ravens last night.
Yeah, it was Dolphins got 3 points, moved the ball. They get a stop from Lamar, showed a little rust on that first possession. Dolphins get the ball back, chance to go down. And lo and behold, Taj Washington, first career reception, makes a move. Looks like it's going to be a nice chunk play, get out of the shadow, you're in the end zone. Put the ball on the field. Teddy Buchanan strips it out. Ravens run it back. 4 plays later, they're in the end zone and have the lead. And
Kyle,
that, my friends, is how you swing a game.
I'm old enough to remember being at SoFi Stadium with you watching James Cook's first career touch. What did he do? Fumbled the ball. So when you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning. And just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. Folks, the NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything you can bet on, from the next score to the fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game more exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. I'm in on Seattle covering. I think they're only -3 in Washington this weekend. I've got that one brewing for Sunday. So check it out, folks. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right.
You looked at me and said, well, that'll be the last we see James today.
Right, I wasn't wrong. Got benched a couple times in his first 2 seasons by Sean. Worked out. Look at him now, man. He's playing well.
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah.
Football. That's the name. Football. Drake Maye's EPA numbers are too heavily reliant on deep shots right now, and I see a pretty large regression coming. In parentheses, I still think he's really good, obviously. Kyle, how many times do you think Drake Maye has thrown the ball deep this year?
Not many.
17 times.
So what's that? That's twice a game?
Yeah, it's 23rd in the NFL in deep attempts. Now, he's really good, number one, plus 2.28 EPA per dropback on deep throws. But we're talking about a very small amount of attempts. He's thrown short, under 10 air yards, 143 times. He's 5th in EPA there. Intermediate, 10 to 19 yards, 53 times. He's 11th in EPA there. So, yes, it is helping. But I'm not doing this. I have watched some of the most ridiculous conversations in the history of the world between Bills fans and Ravens fans trying to make it like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson aren't awesome players. I'm not doing it. Drake Maye looks awesome. He's telling us that. I'm not going to sit here and try and poke holes and act like he's not playing at an extremely high level. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, he's balling right now.
Balling. Like historically balling at 23 years old in his first year in a new system, and the O-line ain't it yet, and the receivers ain't it yet.
Is it probably safe to say that off the charts 20-plus yard downfield EPA per target is probably not going to live off the charts for the rest of mankind? Yeah, that's probably true, but I don't think his overall performance metrics and efficiency metrics are being disproportionately propped up by those reps.
If anything, I would say I think the hole in Drake Maye's game right now is that he takes sacks, right? He just does.
Every big play quarterback in the history of mankind has.
Right, but it's at an accelerated rate. It's pretty high for Drake.
Okay, what's the rate? Because I bet I can find you guys that are in the same ballpark.
It's over 10%. Yeah, he takes a lot of sacks, man. He is at 11% this year, higher than last year. It's high, dude.
Deshaun Watson's breakout season in 18 was 10.9%, took 62 sacks, led the league in sacks.
Okay.
Was a phenomenal play.
That's the one you went with?
the Deshaun Watson, remember, like, pre-rookie contract Deshaun Watson before the wheels completely fell off the bus?
Yeah, I get it. But, like, the point here's being is that I would say that the deep shot regression is probably offset by the getting better at not taking sacks. That'll come up, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying that guys that a lot of playmaking quarterbacks, that taking more sacks is just a part of the process.
Right. Mahomes and Allen don't take sacks like that.
Well, that's their physical traits within the pocket. And Josh has been, first we were Ben Roethlisberger, we shrug guys off, and now they've kind of evolved offensively to be a lot more of an efficient passing attack.
Yeah.
Right. Russell Wilson, right? The moonball Russ, prime of the Legion of Boom, 9.76% sack rate, 10.67% sack rate, 8.5% rate. Like, it's part of the deal. I don't have a problem with the sacks, right?
Yeah. 10%, 11% is high. I think he's got to work to get that down under 7%. Eventually. It's like I said, it's his second year in the league. I don't think he started 20 games, I mean, he's obviously balling. And look, I guess in the spirit of football's take, I agree that there is a regression coming when it comes to deep passing EPA. But I wanted to take this as an opportunity to say, let's not do this. We don't have to pretend like it's not happening, because it is. Drake May's awesome. Koala says this: chocolate candy, which is, hey, look, happy Halloween. We got a little candy take in here. Chocolate candy is not as good as fruit flavored candy, since it's the same flavor no matter what form you make it or what brand it comes from.
Do you like any fruit candy at all?
Yeah, this has been a big shift in my life. I've become a fruit flavored candy preferer. Even like ice cream, I prefer like peach or strawberry over like the chocolate with other things in it.
Just give me peanut butter.
Just like he just wants some peanut butter.
Yeah, that's it. Ice cream, it's got to have peanut butter in. Chocolate, it's got to have peanut butter in.
Well, yeah, chocolate and peanut butter is a great combination.
Good luck with getting fruit and peanut butter together with candy. So probably not. I'm out.
All right, you have an interesting qualifier, a unique qualifier there.
It's just Reese's Cups. That's it.
They're not bad. They're not bad. Weekly Huddle says if you're going to go with the everybody eats philosophy, then every player needs to be able to bring a plate to the table. If not, it's a failing offensive strategy, as we have everybody eats against everybody gotta eat here in Bills Chiefs on Sunday. Can I say this? It's really not about like everybody's going to get opportunity. It's just about not being selfish. That's what it comes down to. It's like, hey, block, run the clear out route, do the things that are going to help other people produce. That's not what it's not about like, hey, everyone's going to get 3 touches. No, it's not that. It's don't be selfish. And
part of the challenge of everybody brings something to the table, right? If everybody's too specialized, I think that can be just as bad as having too much redundancy with your skill sets too, right? Like there's a fine, what's the saying about wide receiver rooms and being built like basketball teams, and you have some basketball players are like a slash, like a 3-4, where you got big point guards. So some skill specialization, but also some interchangeability is a very difficult line to walk, but I think it's the utopia for what we're talking about here.
Hey, listen, Kyle, I was once told the most important thing when looking at receivers, guys that can get open and catch a football. Just got to get open and catch football. All right, let's do more, including the defensive rookie of the year race, which is, well, underwhelming as it relates to options. We'll talk about that here next, folks. Be sure to stick with us. Let's be real. Making excuses doesn't solve anything. We've all heard them before. It's just stress. I'm tired, or it happens to everyone sometimes. But when it comes to performance, sometimes your body just needs a little extra support. And that's where Rashid comes in. Rashid.com offers fast-acting doctor-prescribed treatments for ED designed to help you stop making excuses and start making moves. Rashid makes it easy to get started. You just connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online. There's no awkward waiting rooms. There's no in-person appointments. And if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly straight to your door. The process is fast, simple, and it's private, and it's all handled by real doctors. It's about confidence, connection, and getting back to the moments that matter. Visit Rugiet.com/LockedOnNFL to get 15% off your first order. That's RUGIET.com/LockedOnNFL. And don't forget to use our promo code LockedOnNFL so that they know we sent you. Rugiet, stop making excuses and start making moves. All right, Kyle. Michael says this: there is really no good choices for Defensive Rookie of the Year honors, especially when most, if not all, first-round defensive players haven't lived up to their draft position. Winner might have the worst statistical stats in this category since the award was given out.
Right now, who's your pick?
Well, it sucks that Carson Schlesinger got injured, so I mean, Jihaad Campbell, I guess, is probably the leader in the clubhouse.
Probably. Unless somebody comes on. Maybe TJ Sanders in the absence of Ed Oliver is going to...
He's got to get off injured reserve first, you know? Maybe Deion Walker.
Maybe Kenneth Grant. You never know.
I feel like Donovan Izaraku's kind of coming for Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, if Abdul Carter was converting some pressure to sacks, that would be helpful.
And if Carter ends up with 6 or 7 sacks this season, what the rest of the field looks like, and how disruptive he is.
First did it with 4.5 last year.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, I think I would probably consider him just off the name, the draft slot, playing in New York and being disruptive, even if he's not finishing. Like,
yeah,
okay, dude, go hunt up 5 sacks in the back half of the year, and you'll win Defense Rookie of the Year.
Xavier Watts has got a couple of picks. Will Johnson, maybe Jacob Parrish. We'll see what kind of like splash plays he can put together. Yeah, dude, it's waiting for someone to come and make a bunch of plays and be it, right?
A lot of ball game left.
Half the year, man. Half the year.
Are you sure?
I don't know. The math sucks, dude. Like, this is week 9. It's week 9. After this week, everyone will play at least 8 games, right?
Can we sim to end?
Some teams, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. The journey's been probably kind of tough, you know? Let's just find out what happens. Well, I'll answer that after Sunday. I'll let you know how I feel.
Yeah, if we're going to sim to end or not.
Yeah, might want to. All right, Joe at work says, last week you guys discussed how Kenny Pickett could be the next quarterback to resurrect their career on a new team. I think we said that they should play him. I didn't think we predicted that he was going to resurrect his career, but that the Raiders should find out. Right class, wrong quarterback. Can I interest you in 2026 starting quarterback Malik Willis?
I knew this was going to be a Malik Willis take once it started. I mean, really interesting how it played out with Green Bay when he had those opportunities, but I give a lot of credit to Matt LaFleur there for what they did they dramatically changed the offense to cater to Malik Willis. And there was a lot of self-awareness of this is what he does well. This is what, being a new addition, we're capable of running. This is how the rest of the team has to play. And they went out and did it. I think he is the kind of quarterback because he always had physical tools, right? And now he's got some seasoning, and he's been in a good environment to learn and got out of Tennessee with what their offensive infrastructure was like there.
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued. Now, he wouldn't be like hey, I've got a young guy that's maybe a lame duck quarterback. Let me sign Malik Willis and we're not going to do anything, or let me acquire Malik Willis and we're not going to do anything else to quarterback position this year.
Right.
Like, I don't think he could be that egg in your basket like a Sam Darnold or a Daniel Jones.
Green Bay also might want to just keep him. Maybe
sure if they can get the contract right.
Well, sure, but at least right now, right? Like, I don't think they should be thinking about, well, let's send him somewhere that's going to give him a chance to showcase or something. Like, I think the most valuable thing that he can be is Jordan Love's backup for Green Bay this year versus what are you going to get, a 6th-round pick for him?
I wouldn't trade him.
Right. So, yeah, I think he should be in the mix for some team next year, but Yeah, he's got to stick there if I'm Green Bay. Jesse, capitalizing on our discussion we had this week about defensive player grade adjustments, says you guys should have bumped both Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, who we both have as quality starters. I guess Jesse's saying put them in the franchise cornerstone bucket like they're, Patrick Surtain, I guess.
It felt a little passive aggressive.
Who, me or Jesse?
You.
Well, it's like we have them as quality starters. They've played 20 games in the league. Sorry if I'm not chomping at the bit to put him in the same bucket as the guy just won defensive player of the year.
I think there's important context that we can afford here. How many cornerbacks are in the cornerstone bucket? I have them. Do you want them?
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner.
He deserves to be there.
Trent McDuffie.
Deserves to be there.
Derek Stingley.
Deserves to be there.
Pat Surtain II.
Obviously.
Denzel Ward.
Yep.
Jalen Johnson.
Is he playing well this year? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know there. Probably he's hurt. Isn't he hurt?
Yeah.
That's right. He's hurt.
There. Devin Witherspoon. Also been hurt.
Yeah.
Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah, it could probably come down.
Christian Benford.
Got to come down.
So we just added. We just did two more.
Yeah.
But that's the exclusive list of. That's the corners that are cornerstone classifications for us.
Now we're gonna get 1,000 responses about who else is about to get mad that their corner is not a cornerstone.
I don't know. Looking at some of the top names.
Well, I would also say this, that those types of players fit into the unnoticed bucket that I talked about at the end of that show, where it's like,
right.
There's quite a few players that I think are pushing hard, but you just want to see the sample size continue to expand. That's
I think we can mutually agree that there's been a couple guys with injuries, and Marlon Humphrey hasn't played to the standard he had last year, and Christian Benford hasn't played to the standard he has last year. So those two guys need to come down. But if it's Ward, Surtain, Stingley, Trent McDuffie, Sauce Gardner, I don't know that I would put, and I love Cooper DeJean, and I love Quinyon Mitchell. He's like a top 6 player for me coming out. I love this game, and I thought it was an amazing class. To your point, we're just not quite there yet from a full body of work perspective.
We don't have Christian Gonzalez in there.
Right. And there's some injury stuff that was a piece of that. But the talent is obviously that of a cornerstone player, just like it is with DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, they'll be there. They'll get there. They got to prove it. They got to continue proving it. So
stack them days.
Do it again, right? That's the
whole league.
Do it again. Do it again. I'm good.
Then that is going to do it for us here on the show. Here's hoping if you're like me and you're a YouTube subscriber, you get ESPN this weekend. I don't know if you're up to speed on that or not, but that's contract dispute.
Seeing all this nonsense.
ABC and Disney outlets no longer got pulled at midnight last night from YouTube TV.
How does this stuff happen, dude? I've gotten emails in the last month about significant price increases for both YouTube TV and Disney whatever that. Like, it's not like a little bit of a jump. Significant.
Was it? Didn't one of them double?
Yeah, I'm like, wait. Like, this is real?
Well, I just go back to cable at this point, right? Like,
I only watch football. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm here for one thing.
I don't care about a single other thing. So, yeah, pretty nuts.
So hopefully that gets it sort of sorted out in time for college football this weekend so everybody can watch. But that's going to do it for us here today on the show. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino, we appreciate you guys for checking on the show. Hope you enjoyed Takes on Takes. Enjoy the weekend of football ahead. And we will be back again on Monday to break down all of the action.